Hello, I'm Leyfman, and I am a resident physician in internal medicine at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, South Nassau. I am one of the few survivors of the after effects of Chernobyl from the largest hospital in the former Soviet Union. Growing up in this area, radiation was everywhere. Although I was asymptomatic initially, I began to experience widespread symptoms by the age of 2, which included diffuse lymphadenopathy, weeping wounds, cysts all over my body, and I went from clinic to clinic, hospital to hospital, with no one being able to diagnose, much less treat me. In the largest and most advanced hospital in Belarus, I was the interesting patient, with doctors coming from all over the country, but none could diagnose nor offer me any respite. Eventually, I was put on palliative care, with my condition deteriorating by the day. I still remember those feelings of helplessness like it was yesterday, but my parents were there for me, and they inspired me to never give up. I'm alive today because of them. I'm alive because they connected me with life-saving care abroad. The medical staff's warm and proficient care not only saved me, but led me to find purpose and an appreciation for internal medicine that's continued to resonate throughout my medical training. I was the child who was never supposed to make it, but did. I'll never forget what it's like to be a patient. I'm grateful to be alive, and I live every day like it's my last. And that's why I started to do research at the age of 15 as a means to give back until one day, I can become a physician and combine my clinical experience with my research background to have the same positive impact on the lives of my patients as the physicians who save them. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck the United States, I felt powerless, having to watch as my neighbors, family members, friends, and colleagues were in the front lines, with many falling ill one by one like dominoes. As one of the few survivors from the aftereffects of Chernobyl, this seemed like deja vu all over again. I'll never forget the memories of long hospital stays that include painful cries of adolescents begging for relief from the side effects of radiation exposure. Hospitals unequipped and ill-equipped to handle the influx of patients, and physicians ill-prepared to manage this medical catastrophe. Now, I made a promise to myself that if I survived, I would do my best to never allow another catastrophe like this occur under my watch. Now, I wanted to take the lessons of Chernobyl and use them as a vehicle of strength and change. After the pandemic struck, I was recruited to join the Global COVID-19 Task Force to serve as a special advisor for immunology, oncology, and cellular therapeutics initially, and then in a very short time was given a unique opportunity to become the director of the immunology division if I could lead an international team of physicians and researchers to further investigate the mechanisms behind COVID-19. Despite the tall order, I rapidly galvanized our respective expertise, and within weeks, we proposed one of the first cohesive mechanisms for SARS-CoV-2 that is still valid today. Our team was amongst the first in the world to explain the efficacy of a promising therapy against severe COVID-19, and we were proven correct when one of the companies within the space demonstrated promising clinical data and then received US FDA Fast Track designation on December 1st, 2020. Now, despite being just a medical student at the time, I'm extremely proud of what we collectively were able to accomplish. Now, since then, I've had the honor to present the next chapters of this work, showcasing one of the first mechanisms between cancer and severe SARS-CoV-2, the interplay between severe COVID-19 and multiple myeloma and diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, along with promising cellular therapeutic interventions utilizing mesenchymal stem cells and exosomal vesicles at various research forums, including the prestigious American Society of Clinical Oncology meeting, American Society of Hematology meeting, Leukemia, Lymphoma, and Myeloma Congress, and Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center's Cellular Toxicities Conference. The hope is that this work can lead not only to better understanding of the disease, but also can result in clinical trials that can offer relief to this vulnerable patient population. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, healthcare misinformation was rampant. As a professional in the field, it was difficult to watch the public being misled. Now, this was the inspiration behind MedNews Week, which launched in January of 2022 as a free digital platform dedicated to advancing medical education, combating healthcare misinformation, and educational inequity through its programming. Its main show, called Keynote Conference, presents live virtual presentations by medicine's premier global leaders discussing the latest advancements in their respective fields. In its inaugural year, MedNews Week engaged 193,000 live viewers from 57 countries, providing them the unique opportunity to learn and engage live with medicine's global leaders. To extend its reach to healthcare professionals in underserved areas, MedNews Week partnered with ViewMedi, a global video education platform for medical providers. MedNews Week has also experienced a tremendous growth since the start of this year and now features 3 shows and a podcast in collaboration with i3 Health, which is an accredited organization committed to healthcare education. MedNews Week is fortunate to have a dedicated team of volunteer medical trainees from over 5 countries who are passionate about its mission and dedicated to executing its vision. It remains a pleasure to mentor the next generation of global leaders. I feel that my life journey has afforded me a unique understanding of what it's like to be a patient. Looking back, these experiences have molded me into the person who I am today. In every patient encounter, I always think to myself, how would I feel if I was the patient? What can I do to be better today than I was yesterday? Although I'm proud of my research contributions, my greatest joys are being with patients and helping them through their most difficult times. Oncology was my favorite rotation in medical school, as it allowed me to connect with patients, especially during their most difficult of times. A consistent reminder of my time as a patient as a child, and is the epitome of patient-centered care. Now, although my long-term goal is to pursue a fellowship in hematology oncology, I'm currently focused on becoming the best internal medicine physician that I can be. I want to be there for patients and offer them support during their most difficult times, just like the physicians who saved me as a child when I was moribund, and the oncologist who saved my mother when she was undergoing her difficult battle with cancer. It was truly an honor to have an opportunity to work with the team that saved my mother a few years ago, learn from them, and contribute to a project that resulted in new treatment recommendations for care for a rare cancer. That life-changing experience at Mount Sinai Cancer Center reaffirmed my love and passion for oncology. Having witnessed the horrors of Chernobyl, as well as the devastating impact of cancer on those close to me, I'm driven by one main objective: to be a vehicle of change so that patients don't need to suffer like I did as a child. Now I'm looking for that mentor or mentors to help me reach the next stage of my development.